What is up, Heffas and friends? Welcome to another caffeinated journey with me, Jillian. If you're new here to this channel, how are you doing? And welcome to Java and Journeys with Jillian. Y'all, listen, I know I am not always the best at checking out all the plethora of local coffee shops we have here in Central Florida. I am hoping actually going into 2026, y'all, because how can we have Java and Journeys and not enough Java? I feel like what ends up happening is, of course, you all hang tight with me on my caffeinated journeys to Disney, to Universal, the theme parks. Like, I feel like max out a lot of my content, and I'm like, the reason why I started this is because of my love of coffee. And yes, we need our caffeine girl when we are spending our coin at Disney Universal. But I am not a theme park vlogger. I am someone who, wants to take you all along with me in my caffeinated adventures to other places here in Florida. So why not, y'all, as we are kicking off the Christmas holiday season, go ahead and try a local coffee shop here in Central Florida. So I am at Rosallie Le French Cafe that is located in Winter Garden, Florida. Now, my sister told me about this place because of its holiday decor and overlay that they have going on in the restaurant, as well as allegedly, y'all. And I say allegedly because I haven't tried it yet, so we're gonna see. They have some really great holiday coffees and pastries just in time for the season. So buckle it up, Buttercup, and let's go ahead and head on this caffeinated journey to Rosallie Cafe. And y'all, where I'm located in Winter Garden, I have actually never been in this area. So again, like, I'm always finding new and interesting places here in Central Florida because I tend to stick to the things I'm most familiar with, for better or for worse. But y'all, this is like a very cute little, like, historic feeling, quaint town vibe going on in Winter Garden. So check this out. So there is a Christmas tree along the way, a lot of cute shops and restaurants. I have never been over here, so I'm going to have to come back over here in the evening. And y'all, I am peeping out another coffee shop, and Rosallie is like, girl, listen, you supposed to be going to my coffee shop. I see you, girl, and we about to go in, but ask some coffee. I've actually heard a lot about them as well. So y'all, we're already checking out and scoping out our next coffee shop for the future journeys, but let's go ahead and peep out Rosallie Cafe in real time. So it's located here, and you see all the decor. Y'all, I need to come back out here during the evening, but it's definitely channeling the cozy vibes. And I'm gonna see if I can actually give you all a better upfront view without, getting hit by a car or obstructing anything. But here's the cafe, y'all. Isn't it so cute? So let's go ahead and go in and see what is on the menu. So if you're curious what's on their menu, it's online, but also they have a menu on display right in front of the restaurant, and they have brunch all day. Y'all, I don't know that I'm actually gonna get any food because I am here for the coffee, y'all. And in looking at some of their signature lattes, I actually think I may try either the Nutella s'mores, because that looks interesting, or the hazelnut praline, because those are very, like, to me, embodying the holiday vibe. But let's go in and check it out and put in our order. Okay, y'all, I may be changing my mind because this all looks so good. And look at the inside, y'all. This is just so quaint and cute. And as we get closer to the register, we'll check out the hot cocoa cart. And then they also have some menus right out here in case you want to, like, actually hold one up a little bit closer. But y'all, which of these baked treats should we try? The fig and nut Danish, that looks like something completely different that I haven't seen. Oh my gosh, y'all. Which one would you get? Drop down in the comments and let me know. Y'all, I was just talking with my mom about like potentially just splitting a French press because, you know, I'm trying to be good if I'm going to get a croissant. But look at the specialty lattes pictured, y'all. That fireside chestnut latte is calling my name. So I may have to do that because also visually it looks really cool, as well as the luxury hot chocolate. Come on now. And then further on down, we see more baked treats and goods behind the glass. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is, don't try to come over here and you're trying to watch the calories. I feel like it's just not going to happen right now. So I don't know, y'all. Decisions. Again, let me know what you would get, what seems the most interesting to you. And while we're standing in the queue, they also have an array of wine and sparkling wine that you can check out, as well as other treats like some homemade jam, and they have some chocolates. So plenty of things for you to look at and try to contemplate as you're standing in the line. You know, further down this menu, my mom and I noticed that they have a turkey croissant that's going to have French cream cheese, turkey, spring mix, and fig jam. So I think we're actually going to try that. That would be a great complement to our ultra sweet coffees. And you all know, as someone that is a coffee lover, I am peeping out the coffee machines back here that they have. I cannot wait to try the latte that I'm gonna order, and they also have an assortment of teas here too, for those of you all that are tea drinkers. And then non-tea drinkers, again, they have an assortment of Cokes, sparkling waters, and then, as I had mentioned before, they have different types of wine, both sparkling and non, if you are into your white, red, and rosés. And while we're waiting on our order to come out, I want to show you all a view of the rest of the cafe. Y'all, look at how beautiful it is. They have all like the Merry Christmas bags here. And then if you come around the back, that's where we really get into the cozy vibes. And it looks like a quaint little like place to sit. You have the faux fireplace over on the side. I'll show you all a little bit more in just a second. But you essentially have this whole area, which I think is like, feels very quaint, and like, you know, if it's just you or one other person. So there is seating now. I am here around lunchtime, so it is quite busy. But I feel like if you come during off-peak time, obviously seating will be a lot easier. But y'all, look at how beautiful it is over here. And luckily, we were able to grab a seat on the inside. We were going to sit outside, but there's like a lot of flies and stuff around, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not about that life. Let's sit comfortably and not having to deal with like swatting flies on the inside, as well as, since there is AC, I feel like for me, I'm like, I want to enjoy the ambiance indoors. So y'all, what do you think? This is so quaint, and I love when cafes take the time out to actually decorate and turn things around for the holidays, because it makes you feel, you know, right at home. So our order has arrived. My mom decided to get the fruit tart that you see here and the brownie. Both of these look really good. So I'm looking forward to actually trying a bite or two of these things. And then y'all, here is my fireside chestnut latte. Y'all, I'm disappointed. I'm not even gonna lie. Now, I haven't tried it yet, so maybe the flavors will be redemptive, but part of the reason why I ordered this, not only just for the flavors, but I was like, oh, hey, this one looks really cute. I'm gonna be able to you know, treat Heffa Nation to this delicious chestnut latte and show them all the visuals. And y'all, the visuals are not giving. Like, where's all the whipped cream? Where's, like, you know, maybe some like chestnut powder at the top or something, y'all. And look, there's like coffee spilled. Like, listen, y'all, this is the reality of the situation. I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. And to be fair, they are very busy and booked, but it's kind of disappointing when you think you're getting something that's pictured one way and it just doesn't turn out. So y'all, that's the reality of it, but let's try it. Maybe the flavors will be good. So cheers, Heffas. Thank you for joining me on this caffeinated journey. So the chestnut fireside latte actually has some really great nutty flavors. It's not hot, it's warm. Take one more sip. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I'm not going to sit back and say, oh my gosh, it's stellar. It's the best latte I've ever had. It isn't. But I do like the chestnut flavors. I wish that it had a little bit more flavoring. And y'all, I didn't adjust it. I didn't adjust the syrups or anything. I'm like, I'm just going to order it straight up. Y'all, I'm a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie. But it's not awful. It is very much drinkable. It's just not what I thought. Now, my mom ordered a cappuccino. And I'm like, honey, how is your cappuccino going to look more festive than my chestnut latte? Y'all, check out my mom's cappuccino. This is what I thought my chestnut latte was going to turn out to look like. And honestly, I think what probably happened is that my latte, this is what I predict. I think it was ready to go, but it had just been sitting and all the whipped cream and everything is melted into it. That is what I think happened, because my mom's cappuccino looks like it just came right on out. Can I try a sip of yours, Mom? Can I try a sip of your cappuccino? All right, Heffas. Let's try a sip of this. Cheers. Yeah, the cappuccino is solid, y'all. I actually think I like the cappuccino a little bit better than my chestnut latte, which is odd because I do love like nutty flavors. The cappuccino is solid. So honestly, I feel like that would be the thing I would get if I were to come back out here next time. Take one more sip. It's hot, y'all, I'm telling you. I think my latte just set out for too long. I think that's exactly what happened. But it's disappointing that, you know, it's quality control, right? Even when you're busy. All right, friends, so I'm going to try a little bit of the brownie, which you can see here. And y'all, right when I was trying the brownie, you can also see the turkey croissant sandwich here and a side salad. And y'all, again, there's brie in here and some thick jam. Let me actually show you all what's under the hood so you can get a good look at that. We have our spring greens, and you see that brie buried in that thick jam. So hopefully this will be good. I'm going to take a quick bite because I actually need to rush over to another appointment here in a little bit. And y'all, I actually will share the rest of my thoughts. The brownie's okay. Yeah. The brownie's okay. Y'all, I can't fake the fun. So I'll share with you my thoughts when we are outside. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the sandwich. I'm gonna take a quick bite, but I'm gonna get that boxed up because we gotta go ahead and take on off to go to the next destination. But hang tight with me, Heffas, and I will follow back up with you here real soon. How you doing, Miss Cloth Girl? I see you working too, girl. I know. Are you getting tips? You are? Okay. All right, girl. Just want to check in on you. All right, friends. I am going to go ahead and head on out and share a few thoughts. And I'll say, and sorry, y'all, that bit rushed there. I think they were just incredibly slammed, y'all. The owner, or maybe the manager of the restaurant, came over and she was actually asking about the coffee once we waved her down because another staff had mentioned to her, because we also needed to-go boxes for our food. And you know, I shared my concerns with her about the coffee, and she was super, super nice and offered to make me either the same thing. And I just decided to go ahead and go with the cappuccino because I really liked how the cappuccino tastes. I actually like that better than the chestnut latte. And y'all, I just think they are so slammed. This is like the week of Thanksgiving. A lot of people are off work right now. A lot of people are, you know, going out to eat, spending time with their family. They were super slammed in there. And like I told you all before, I saw or heard of this place via a TikTok or IG reel that my sister had sent over to me. So understandably so, they were just like incredibly slammed. Going back to the food, the turkey croissant sandwich was actually really good. Now, it was a bit on the sweeter side, of course, because you have that jam and then you also have the savoriness of the brie. Really good combinations. It was a little bit too sweet for me, but that's just because of the added jam to it. Like, the sandwich itself is really good. So if you love a sweeter turkey sandwich versus one that's a bit more on the savory side, because there are some Thanksgiving based sandwiches that have like your cranberry sauce, dressing, turkey gravy, like they really stack it up. I love how neat and simple this one was, and I love the fact that it had brie, so it truly felt like a French version of a Thanksgiving sandwich from my POV. That was good. It's just a little bit on the sweeter side. I didn't try the tart. The brownie I thought was okay. It wasn't like the best brownie I've had. Certainly was not the worst brownie. It was just okay. I'm not a big brownie person, so admittedly, I just want to put that out there. So, you know, that was my experience here at Rosallie Bakery Cafe. I overall love the ambiance. And again, I appreciate the manager just for being kind enough to get us a couple to-go boxes, because we ended up being on a rush there toward the end and it took a while to get everything out, but it's because they were just so slammed, y'all. So I have to give grace where grace is due, because as someone who back in the day worked in restaurants, holiday seasons are always incredibly stressful because you're running around and you're just trying to get everyone what they need and make sure they're happy. So I am good, y'all. I am looking forward to trying other cafes and places that are around this area, because again, I've actually never been out here. So, you know, I'm looking forward to our next caffeinated adventure. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you at the next one. Bye.